Welcome back. We are having fish for lunch today.
Yes, we are. Tara Walker from East Coast Cookery School is doing the honours. What have we got on the menu today?
Yeah, hi guys. So we have a lovely little light fish stew.
Nice.
Now I know initially when people hear fish stew, they kind of go, that's a bit odd, but it's actually lovely and light, really tasty, but also quite filling and nutritious as well.
Okay.
So let me get a start first of all. As normal, I just want to sweat down some nice shallot or garlic, onion, whatever you have. So just give that a little kind of caramelisation in some oil. So I have a high burning point oil here. Pop a pinch of salt in just to stop it from catching and burning.
This is a great trick I learned from you only a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Never knew.
Yeah, it does work, and it just slows down the caramelisation. So if you've ever had it where, the edges of your onion or shallot or whatever you're using are kind of getting hard, burnt, and then it's still hard in the centre. And here I've actually got some fennel. So it's a fennel bulb chopped down.
Good.
And I also have some fennel, which I'm going to use by the fronds, the little herby bit at the top, and I also have fennel seeds, so it's very fennelly.
Wow.
So this dish originates from Marseille, and Pernod would often be used in it as well, but I'm not going to use Pernod today. So let me get my fennel in now. And then I also have, so I'd normally give this a little bit longer with the lid on, but I also have some garlic going in. And we'll just sweat that down for a couple of minutes. Pop the lid on.
So it's a Mediterranean dish, Tara, yeah?
Oh, yeah, very much so. Very much a sort of light, like you could imagine kind of summertime, have it sitting outside with a glass of wine. But equally, I think it's a nice kind of winter warmer as well.
Well, it's not sunshine out there today.
No, it is warming.
It'll work today too.
Yeah. So what I've got here is some coriander seeds and some fennel seeds.
Okay.
And I'm just going to toast them down in my pan. I also have a little bit of dried chilli flake as well. So just give those a little toast down for a couple of minutes.
So there'll be a big kick off with the chilli.
There is a bit of a kick, not a massive kick,
Yeah.
And then we're going to add those into the nice onions, shallots, I should say, and my hob is not cooperating with me. Let me turn this down. We'll just take it off for a second.
Well, Simon will come to the rescue.
I will.
Thank you, Simon.
I'll
He's a
stand
master
here from
of
afar.
this environment, this domain.
Stand from afar.
I'm helping by looking at it.
And look, here are my seeds now, just nice and warmed through. And the whole point about toasting them on the pan is just to make sure, they've been picked a long time ago, they get a bit dry, they get a bit kind of, the flavour goes from them. So what's really nice to do is just toast them down on the pan, brings them back to life a little bit. So we'll just give that a grind down, and even just look at the spices. I don't know if you can see them on camera there, but they just look so lovely and summery, and if you smell them as well, you have a great, lovely aroma from them. And that's the flavour that we're going to get.
Get the fennel there,
Yeah,
babe.
really get the fennel, but you can smell the heat from the... Smell the heat? Can you smell the heat?
You can't smell
You
it.
can
Does that make
kind of,
sense?
it
But
hits
you
your
can-
nose,
It
yeah.
does.
Yeah.
There's an effect to it.
So let's just grind that down in the pestle and mortar, and then we're going to add it to our nice shallot, fennel and garlic mixture. And this is your aromatic, basically. Yeah, exactly. So look at this now, the flavour base here, and a little bit of smoked paprika as well.
Nice.
And that's where all our gorgeous flavour is going to be. So this is important to kind of spend a bit of time on doing this. Obviously, we only have a few minutes today, but if you're at home, try and give this a good kind of 10 minutes, just gently sweating away with all those flavours. So once you've done that, you're going to deglaze. I've got Prosecco because we had a class at the cookery school last night and I had some left
there
over.
was some left over?
Yeah.
That must have been a quiet night.
It was a quiet night, actually. A lot of people were driving.
And so your alternatives to that would be just white wine?
Yeah, exactly. Just some white wine, even a little bit of sherry if you had it. You just want to deglaze, basically. So what deglazing means is getting all those lovely little caramelised bits up into the sauce, which is then going to be in the stew,
gold
basically.
at the bottom of that pan,
Exactly.
isn't it? Yeah.
So once that's burnt off, you can add your tomato puree in.
What do you want, just a tablespoon
Yeah,
of that,
just a
Tara?
good squeeze of it, basically. And give that a stir through as well. And you can see all the little layers of flavour.
So just think about layer after layer after
layer. Exactly. And then we're going to add a tin of tomatoes in. And then some stock. Even some water will be fine, because you've so much flavour going on here, that the water is actually nearly sufficient.
Tara, in terms of the fish, does this suit a fish that takes a bit more cooking, so you can leave it be?
No,
or?
good question. Not really. I prefer, this is what I do. I mature the sauce now, so I have it simmering here for at least half an hour, but up to an hour or two is even better.
Just leave it at it.
Exactly, just leave it at it. And this is one I made earlier. Well, I made this last night in the class, actually. And you can see how much, so if you look at the difference between them,
so much
this is quite loose. This is kind of thick and reduced.
Yeah.
The flavour is lovely. And so what we do is we get it to that stage and then we just slide the fish in for the last kind of 5 minutes of the cooking.
And it's whatever you can get your hands on kind of fish, is it?
Exactly. So I get my fish from Kerwin's and Drogheda, and they do a great little deal because it's for, say, seafood chowder or fish pie or whatever. And what they do is they all the little tail ends of the fish, which are gorgeous, but people don't want to buy as a fillet. So it's really good value for money,
So
basically.
little fish mix.
Exactly,
You
exactly.
can always buy that pre-packed.
Of course you
seafood
can,
mix.
yeah.
That would
So
be-
we're going to get the lid on that
Beautiful.
and cook that. As I say, it only takes a couple of minutes now at this stage because you don't want to overcook. I think a lot of people are nervous about fish. They overcook it and it ends up being a bit dry and flaky. So you're much better off to just try and cook it only for a couple of
But
minutes.
as you say, the hard work is done in terms of pay attention to the sauce. The
Exactly.
sauce is the key.
Exactly, yeah.
Take your time with that.
Exactly, exactly. And then to serve it up, we're going to do a little aioli. So this is a Cheats aioli. A real aioli is a mayonnaise, you know, made with egg yolks, basically, from scratch. But I just have a shop-bought mayonnaise here. I'm adding a little bit of lemon zest in. And to zest the lemon, I've just used my zester here.
Very good.
Get nice lengths of it in.
Little pinch of salt as well.
Exactly, a little pinch of salt, some garlic, and a little bit of lemon juice then. And we're
It's a
actually,
very
which
handy
is,
little mix.
yeah, it is very, and it's really tasty. And what it does is it elevates the flavour of the fish stew, you know, because it's quite a tomatoey, rich flavour.
Yeah.
So this kind of gives it a nice little bit of lightness.
See, this is the difference. This is what chefs
This
do,
is the
isn't
magic
it?
moments
Little
of it.
magic, yeah.
Yeah, the little kind of garnishes, the little extras are often,
And so is this served on the side or is
on
this
top.
On top.
Might look a bit strange when you do it initially.
Oh, but baby, the taste.
What they
Oh,
actually
baby.
do in that part of the world is they often make a thing called a roux, which is actually white bread which has been soaked in water with all of these other flavours, the garlic, the lemon, and they use that on the top. Yeah, so it's really nice.
Flavour.
So
Okay.
we have a good heat there, and then also just one last thing we're going to serve with it. I've got some little crostini
course
because the
you have,
crostini
Karen, of course
just
you have.
soak up the nice sauces and the
How do
nice
you make
juices.
them? Not just a loaf of bread chopped, anything on it?
Exactly.
Any oil?
A little bit of oil just brushed on, just a little bit of olive oil under the grill then.
Course.
And what I actually like to use for those is, you know, the part-baked demi-baguettes that you can buy?
yeah.
So rather than day-old bread, which I know is the traditional way of doing a crostini, but I find it can go a bit dry when it's day-old bread, a little bit kind of, you know, it nearly hurts your tooth biting
Yeah,
into
yeah.
it. Whereas if you use the demi-part-baked baguettes, and then just slice those raw in their raw state and into the oven, you get a lovely soft result then.
Okay, well, we're
So,
ready to taste
you're ready
it.
to
You are
taste?
ready
Lovely.
to serve.
Okay, let's just give that one more second there.
And if you wanted to beef this up more, you could you serve it with rice?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. Rice, pasta, even some mashed potato if you want to
Yeah,
go really
yeah.
more traditional with it. Yeah,
More hearty.
absolutely. So look, I'm just checking now the fish, just cooked here. I'll take these smaller pieces. If you can give it another couple of minutes, you're better off.
Sure.
Yeah.
But let's get that.
As
These
you
bits.
said, the hard work's done in the sauce. And a couple
Exactly.
of minutes for the fish. The
Exactly.
sauce smells
Smell
amazing.
is
And
fab.
look, the fish is so delicate and tender.
It'll just break away. won't it?
Exactly. There we go. And now here for my little bit of
More.
my aioli on the top.
The Cheats aioli, I love
Sheets
that.
aioli, exactly. And then I've got a little bit of fennel from the garden, which we're going to garnish with.
I love the bowls, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
They're very bright.
I found that one in the canteen.
Did you?
And this one is my own. Yes, I only
You never know you got that one
with me.
here. Look,
We'll taste now the
Have a taste,
full
guys.
recipe
Thank you very much.
details. You'll find as always on our website, and of course you can check out Tara's book, which is called Good Food, No Stress, for more of our stress-free dishes.